Live on tape from Production Room 6, it's the John Jay and Rich BTS podcast with Joey and Grant.
All right, let's get into it. Welcome to the John Jay and Rich Behind the Scenes podcast, JJR BTS with Joey and Grant. I'm Joey Bradfish, Grant Inman.
What up, dog? Ooh, my mic sounds so clean today. I love it.
Who is converted to Islam in the past couple of days.
I look great. Like, I literally, when I heard the beat for our BTS music, my eyes opened, and I realized that's the farthest they've been open open that wide in days. And it's kind of refreshing.
Well,
to
that's good.
Get some light in these papers.
I'm glad you're happy. You've got a new look. I don't know how to explain what that look is.
This is brought to you by NBC 12. This headband sent me down a downward spiral.
Why?
Well, no, I mean, it's a great headband.
Oh, okay.
If you're trying to grow, I'm trying to let my hair kind of do its own thing for a little while.
Okay.
So I'm letting it all just kind of poof up, and this kind of holds it back.
Yeah.
Makes me look cooler than I am.
It's training your hair to slick back.
Kind of like a turkey. But then I realized I think I'm losing my hair up towards the widow's peak, so when it's not cool. So
you're not going to take that headband off in front of everybody?
No. I actually just had a hair transplant. That's why I'm trying to cover up my scar. At Joey Bradfish over there on all the social medias, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. What else? Are there new exciting social medias?
At Modern West Photo.
Since we've been gone?
That's about it.
Okay.
My company at Modern West Photo on Instagram or Facebook. Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about that later, but before we do that...
At Pomo and Kitch.
Oh, you did say I'm sorry.
Oh, that's cool.
No. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hey, I got a CD coming out Friday, so look for Pomo and Kitch. That's all I'm going to promote.
You do?
Yeah, it's I'm re-releasing stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to make money so I can put up my new website and my new music, basically.
Oh.
So I'm actually putting out, my CD hasn't been available for months. So I'm putting the full album out. It's called Fetch.
Okay.
So look for Fetch. And I'm going to do since it's Black Friday today, I think I'm going to do maybe a deal through social media. So keep an eye on that. It'll be super cheap either way.
So,
I want to give away my music, but I also realize I need to make some money so I can continue to make music every once in a while.
Don't be giving that genius away.
I'm trying to feed the pig like they say in the commercials. Got to feed the pig. So look for Pomo and Kitch this weekend, and you can get it on iTunes, all that stuff. And
no, you can't get that on Spotify.
Well, it'll be on Spotify too.
Okay,
so you can listen to it, whatever you want to do. If you want to listen to it, if you want to, go to wherever and pay more money.
But you should really buy it.
You don't have to though.
You should.
Yeah, and actually you can look on YouTube, look up Pomo and Kitch. You'll see some videos and stuff. So yeah, that's what's happening.
You guys should buy it.
Maybe.
Buy it.
If
someone's got to pay for that hair transplant.
Well, yeah, I know.
And it should be you guys.
The third one, I can't believe that they're not taking. Marty Manning is performing all of my hair transplants.
He's a talented guy.
He is one talented fella. So what's been going on, JB?
Well, we've been off for a while. Just a lot going on.
Yeah.
The text line has really blown up, and I haven't really answered anything because I didn't know when we were going to do this again.
Yeah, or even if, really.
Yeah, so I really didn't reply to anybody, and I apologize.
I don't apologize for not replying to anyone. Deal with it.
I do want to say that there are going to be a couple of changes as far as how you listen to this podcast. Mm-hmm. Right now, you may be listening to it on the John Jay and Rich on-demand feed, but that is going to change. If you're an OG listener, obviously you know from the beginning we've had our own channel, which
is wildly successful.
Yes, you can go to jjrbts.com to find it. You can go to joeyandgrant.com to find it. You go to iTunes, type in JJRBTS or Joey and Grant. Find it there. iHeartRadio, JJRBTS, or Joey and Grant. All you have to do is type it in, subscribe to the channel, or favorite the channel. And, after this podcast, we are moving full-time to our own channel. So, if you want to listen to us...
We're getting a demotion.
I wouldn't say that.
I would.
No. You would?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's
Well, I mean, as in terms of new people listening and maybe telling friends, yeah, that.
we've got our own thing going. We'll build it on our own.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have a machine like John Jay and Rich behind you.
True. But
So what's the deal, John Jay and Rich? At John Jay and Rich, at John Jay Van Ness, at Rich Barrett.
it actually has nothing to do
Ask
with
them.
them.
Ask them why we're not
No,
going to
no.
be on the channel next week.
Do not, because they want us to stay on the channel. But
they do?
Corporate does not want us to stay on the channel, so we're not going to stay on the
At
channel.
iHeartRadio, why Joey and Grant? Right? Is that the?
No, screw it. It'll be fine.
Well, that's disappointing. I've turned a corner on that.
Why?
Well, no, just I mean, are we diminishing the returns on the John Jay and Rich show that much?
From what I understand,
Yes.
it's easy. If we were to, if there was a time where our show would be monetized, it's easier for us to have our own bank of shows, our own channel to put it on.
Oh, okay.
That's the reasoning for this. But I'm going to produce and voice and produce stuff for the beginning of the John Jay and Rich show, and it'll lead everybody to our channel. It'll lead because Suzette's going to have a podcast. I think Nick's going to have a podcast. So, yeah, there's just so many things going on. Everybody's going to have their own channel. Everything will be fine.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
sounds like a mess.
Uh,
Like on the computer people's end.
yeah.
Like
I
if I had to upload, like if I were let's say I were a digital coordinator of sorts, and I had to upload everyone's podcast,
yeah.
that might not be too great. You know, because that's how that system kind of works right now, right?
I don't know.
Oh, no, so basically, all the people at our building take their podcast to
Oh,
one guy,
yeah.
and they say, "Hey, can you do this whenever you get a free second?"
Yeah, that's stupid.
That just sounds like on the back end managing all those channels. But I guess like what we've got,
Our stuff we manage.
Right.
He doesn't manage that.
maybe
Maybe he should.
that's a secret.
Maybe he should edit this podcast and manage it. So yes, do not rely on the John Jay and Rich channel anymore to listen to us. Please, it's not that hard. All you have to do is hit subscribe on
Yeah.
iTunes or favorite it on iHeartRadio. You'll get an email every time we have a new podcast. It's very, very simple. So.
And while you're hitting buttons, give us a rating. Rate us 4 or 5 stars. Rate us 1 star. Rate
while
us.
you're pushing our buttons.
Hey, brother. I mean, if you're gonna be pushing buttons, push a couple of R's. Hours. Hey, do you have actually, we have a sponsor today.
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah. What do you got?
the old
Yeah.
Hey, Joey,
Yeah.
are you planning on doing any Black Friday shopping this week?
No, not this weekend. Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, just to buy your album.
Well, I mean, technically, I'm going to be there's doorbusters, all kinds of doorbusters at Menards Home Improvement this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. From what I read, limited supply, $4 leaf blowers.
$4?
Arizona locations only, though.
Now, are these gas powered or are these electrical blowers?
They're battery powered.
The-
Lithium ion battery powered.
It takes 26D batteries is what I've heard.
But the power, when you get those the 4 or 5 minutes of snow blowing that you get
Yeah.
from those 26D batteries,
Yeah.
a real treat. So take yourself on down to Menards this Black Friday.
Blow the stink off a turd.
That's it. Menards. You save big money. You save big money.
We stay happy.
We stay happy. Eat fresh.
All right.
Also, that is not a real advertisement. I feel like of all the ones that's going to get us in trouble,
Where do you even find a Menards down here?
I don't think they have Menards in
do I just
Arizona.
look- do
So
I-
I think that's an impossible task. I've only seen the Lowe's, the Home Depot, and I think that's an Ace. Ace or Ace True Value, are those the same?
Yeah.
Not a lot of options in terms of hardware stores.
I have to say, I love me some Ace.
Ace is usually locally owned.
It's a friendly place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Get your keys made.
Yeah. I've gotten a couple keys.
I'm trying to think what I go to Ace for, because generally if you go to Ace, it's a little bit more pricey. But you get the quality.
It's smaller. It's not as intimidating as a Home Depot or Lowe's. Like if you really need something specific, you have to go to Home Depot and Lowe's. But if you just want to walk in, walk out, it's really easy.
Sometimes getting cornered by those guys in the mom and pop places, that's a little intimidating. Like if you meet like a cake maker, and you're like, oh hey pal, I make cakes at home too. Oh, you think so? And then you get into this really specific conversation that you're in way over your head about. That's me every time I'm at the hardware store. I'm like, they're like, well, is she 3/8 or quarter inch? And I'm like,
I don't know. That's why I'm here.
A little bit of both. Is it possible? It's double threaded for both. Yeah. So Joey, there's two things we can get into. Mm-hmm. We could either get into your last weekend, or we can get into what's happening just right in the last 2 days in my life. Which one should we get into first? Just due to the fact that
I mean,
I want to get into the bike ride because we haven't talked about the bike ride.
I think you should go.
Oh, okay.
Let's get into your stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it quick. So I was on group therapy 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Said thinking about going to Australia. My sister's gonna She's gonna, pay for me to travel the world exotically.
Yes.
And I was gonna stay on their almond farm.
And I'll see you down there because I'm going as
You're
well.
going to Australia?
She already sent me the tickets.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
hope to see you there.
We're on the same flight for 20 hours.
The plane goes down.
I'd be okay. It's cool. So we're going. I'm going to Australia. I'm really excited. Mm-hmm. Still need a couple things. Still looking into I gotta tie up loose ends because it's 2 weeks is a long time to go away.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of weird to go away for 2 weeks.
Sure,
especially on the schedule we're on. It's just it's just
you're
different.
Gonna be you're gonna literally be on the other side of the world,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
So. The reason there was even a debate was because I said that my dad has lung cancer.
Right.
Right. And if you haven't heard me talk about, I've dealt with my dad dealing with lung cancer, so I feel like I could talk about it.
Sure.
And I mean that I'm probably going to be insensitive. So sorry guys, but that's just our family. So my dad had surgery yesterday.
Yes.
I'm leaving on the 18th. On 9 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah.
Or 22nd. Or it's one of those. Anyway,
our last day.
The 20th. Then
the 22nd.
I'm leaving on the 21st.
Okay.
So I'll just miss Friday.
Gotcha.
But my dad had surgery yesterday, and he was on the table for 7.5, 8 hours.
Wow.
Which, that's insane. But it is lung cancer, so I guess from Banner Boswell is where my dad's at in Sun City. Mm-hmm. So apparently his guy is the guy, lung cancer dude.
Yeah, lung cancer extraordinaire.
Yeah, sorry, he probably went to school and specialized for a long time for me to refer to him as the lung cancer dude. Thank you for not killing my dad during surgery. We'll just see what happens.
I got a buddy. He's got lung cancer. I'll send him to your guy.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Tell him Joey and Grant sent him. Get a 10% discount. So he's in the hospital right now. My mom's in a hotel room, and we're gonna do Thanksgiving down here weirdly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of strange. But I think that's it. I think we're caught up.
Okay.
That's everything.
Well, no.
I really don't have a dilemma. My he's in ICU right now. Apparently he feels pretty good.
Okay. Well, the surgery went well?
Yes.
But he's in ICU. It's
ICU
is like a precautionary.
Well, I think it's because it's like a lung surgery.
Yeah.
And so that I think they keep him because I would think if you would have a hole in a balloon, that would be a big deal.
A hole?
You know what I mean? If you're trying to fill up a balloon.
In
general.
Yeah.
So I think the logic is when you have lung surgery, it's I think even if you repair a balloon with Scotch tape or whatever, you still kind of gotta watch how much you blow it up, watch how much you let it.
I hope they didn't use Scotch tape because that shit never works.
They use Gorilla Tape. Do you have that? Hey, do you have that? We got just in. We got another endorsement.
Oh, man. Dr. Bosworth?
No, actually, it's a product that he uses. Joey, do you ever just need to get something stuck together just good and right
Yeah.
the first time?
Yes.
Gorilla Tape.
Gorilla Tape.
Yeah.
What about Gorilla Glue?
We're not as hey,
Grant.
stop the music. We're not associated with Gorilla Glue.
Okay.
Gorilla Tape.
Gorilla Tape.
It's better than duct tape because it's Gorilla Tape. See what I did there?
If you would like to tie the hands of someone you love behind their back,
BTK. Sorry, that was not okay.
we're done with spots today. At least we got 2 in though.
What if we found out that our biggest fan, and by fan, but I don't mean it in like a pejorative sense of the term. I mean like
Whoa. For pejorative?
pejorative, like negative, like and like a put down.
Okay.
Like I'm not saying fans, like we have fans, we have listeners.
That's the word of the day.
Yeah,
Pejorative.
it's spelled D. Oh no, I'm just kidding. I don't
Made
know.
that shit up.
Pejorative.
Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
Pejorative. Let's see here. Pejorative. Expressing contempt or disapproval.
Bang bang.
All right.
I worked with a guy named Daryl Bajoris. And I'd always be like, Daryl Bajoris is so pejorative towards that was a fun I had fun. Yeah. We have fun here.
We do have fun here.
So Joey,
Yeah.
I know I was in the middle of something, but I feel like after
Pejorative.
that pejorative, yeah, it's a good word. I don't remember where we were going when I said pejorative. I was gonna explain something, but then I realized I was mansplaining it and being annoying. My bad.
No, it's fine.
So yeah, Joey went on a bike ride this weekend. JohnJayandRich.com. How long was you went on a long bike ride, an excursion of sorts, 200 miles. I love throwing out a number that's larger than the number.
Just keep going. You're telling the story just
'Kay.
fine.
Joey rode 400 miles this weekend. Mm-hmm. And I know you had your friend.
All right. Sorry.
Cool Douglas? Cool Douglas.
So yeah, I did Tour de Tucson last weekend, 76 miles, and I didn't want to do it because we started a business, and I really hadn't had any time to train, and so we did our launch party, and my friend Cool Brian, who, if you go to our channel, which I instructed you to earlier, there's a conversation between Cool Brian and I, and it was about race. It was
about bike races.
it was about
Bike races.
racial tensions
in the biking community.
and bike races. But I told him, I said, hey, man, you have to talk me out of this. He's like, hey, why don't I just do this with you? And I'm like, what? He's like, oh, I'm going to be in Tucson anyway. And I'm like, okay. So he did it with me.
What would happen if you would have passed? No, thank you.
Well, that morning I was like, hey, man, totally don't have to go. He's like, no, we're going. And
Weird.
he
Okay.
complained the entire time.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's like, 76 miles, that's a walk in the park for me. And then he did it, and he's like, this sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I would have thought he would have been the silent type.
I did too. But
Like he would have been like, who's this guy think he is?
see, he rode
76 miles like a slow dude.
he rode like a fixed gear single speed. So
He rode a fixie for 76
yeah.
That doesn't sound fun. Like,
No,
I mean, it
no.
sounds like you guys kept a pretty good clip, though, because if he's riding a single speed fixie
Yeah.
and you're riding a geared bike,
Yeah.
he's probably moving pretty. I mean, both of you are, I would think, at that point.
But yeah, I mean, it was not like when I did it 4 years ago, someone died. I want to start with that. It was 37 degrees, pouring down rain, windy, cold, the whole thing. It was miserable.
How did the person die that died?
Got hit by a car.
Whoa.
So it shuts down the city of Tucson. So
did they shut it down after the guy got killed, or was that just like a rogue car?
well, there were certain stops along the way because like the city like really gets behind this race. So there were a ton of people that had like you'd go by and they'd be cheering you on. They'd be like, "You want a beer? You want a mimosa? You want a frittata?" So of course I stopped at the
I will take 4 frittatas, none of the others, please. Thank you.
So I had a frittata, I had a mimosa, and I had a beer. 20 miles in.
That's sweet.
And then there was another beer stop, but I was talking to this guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I know the person that puts this on," and he almost shut it down completely a few years ago when that person died.
Yeah, I would think that
because
would
it was
be-
just like a huge bummer.
Anytime somebody gets killed in the bicycle community, whatever community they're involved in, whether it's like Tucson or whether it's Phoenix, it's like it would be like if somebody, it's like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fascinating. Like you get these crazy rides, in remembrance of people and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't change it or change the alcohol thing or.
I don't know exactly where it happened, but I mean, the route I did the other day, it was longer than what I did a few years ago, but it was roughly the same.
Oh.
So I don't think they closed a certain part of it down. But yeah, it was like 75 degrees, perfect weather.
That's
so
great. How was the wind?
The wind wasn't bad at all. Yeah, it was good. But I mean, other than that, it was good. Not really any issues. I wish.
You wish you had the walkie-talkie earpiece.
Yes.
That would have been fun, I think.
Oh well, I mean, I did see a few. I did see a woman. I think her name was Nancy. She was riding in a group. They all had the same jerseys on.
Oh God!
And it was like 3 guys, and Nancy was following along behind. And Nancy, out of nowhere, just falls. They're like, come on, Nancy. And then she's like, oh, my God, I fell. And they're all like, oh, you'll be fine. And they just left her.
Yeah.
And, like when that happens, everybody tries to swerve out of the way. And then you have to decide whether you're going to stop or not. And most of the people are like, I'm in a race. I don't want to stop.
Wow.
But so that happened. And then we were about maybe 10 miles left. And this woman ran into a cone like a huge orange,
like one Wee Man would put on.
I mean, she smoked this thing and fell. I almost hit her, and she fell off her bike. And like I looked behind, and she as soon as she fell down, she immediately got up and started going again. So I didn't stop. And then someone almost ran out in front of us with a car. So, I mean, there were some obstacles.
Wow.
But, I mean, all in all, it was fine.
Man, the one thing I don't miss about cycling being the fact that I don't have like a road cycle, road bike,
Yeah.
is the constant fear or just like sitting on my mirror, like just staring at oncoming traffic coming up behind me. And just being like, oh, this is going to definitely be the one that hits me.
Yeah.
Like, I would be convinced my entire ride. This is going to be the ride where I die. And
yeah.
Like, I think that's kind of is that healthy to have? I think it probably keeps you safe.
When I first started training for this, I really hadn't been on a bike on the road for a long time. And it was scary. It was very scary riding on the road because people scream at me.
Yeah.
I've had things thrown at me for no reason.
Right.
No reason whatsoever. Just people being assholes.
Especially when you're doing like 30. When you get above like 26, 27 miles per hour, if you're moving with traffic and it's fast, like,
Yeah.
and you're in the bike lane and it's like the road you live on,
Yeah.
like where you don't have sidewalk, that's some scary stuff. When
Yeah.
they're just whoosh, whoosh,
Yeah.
and you're keeping stable at 28 or 27 miles per hour or like just on a flat.
Yeah.
That's when it gets really kind of creepy. Is you're like, oh yeah, because you realize if you turn in, you're gonna hit the curb and then pop up.
Right.
And if you go out, you're gonna end up in traffic. So it's just kind of like,
Well, then if you have to stop, immediately you're in clips too.
right.
So, yeah.
That's always room to look like a jerk.
Yeah.
Click, click.
So it was good. I made it. I'm over it.
Yeah. You sell your bike?
No, I like riding my bike like to breakfast and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the casual fun rides, but not like
I rode my bike a little bit last week.
Yeah.
About 76 miles in Tucson.
You rode to Tucson?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Cool Brian wants me to go on a ride to Tucson on the bike. in January.
You know what? That sounds fun, but on the way you get to Tucson,
It's
that sounds so scary.
right.
Because it's that 1-2 lane road most of the way, right?
I think
So that's badass. You said this has been months in the making. Years.
yeah.
Shoot, you were talking about this last year.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm gonna do it, and then something happened.
I think I might I don't want to say it cuz I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I have a specific goal in mind. And
You wanna try ecstasy this year?
Huh?
You wanna try ecstasy?
Well, yes.
Cool.
Everybody knows that.
What if Cool Brian was like, hey, you know what? There's this bike ride. It's 146 miles, but it's cool, man. We're just rolling on acid like the whole time.
I'm in.
Just the whole time, just getting wicked and wild, bro.
So yeah.
And you're like, I've never done acid. And he's like, don't worry about it. Just take a lot of it. You'll be fine.
You won't even know who you are.
I don't. That's a big day is Bicycle Day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not Timothy Leary. Is it Timothy Leary? The guy who basically came up with acid.
Mm-hmm.
He had this day where he tried it, and he tried a whole lot of it, and it's Bicycle Day. And basically, he went and took acid. This brand new thing had this amazing hallucinogenic bike ride around, I think it was San Francisco or wherever he was living at the time. But I've always wanted to do that. I always thought that'd be fun. I don't take acid,
Yeah.
but I do ride a bike. Maybe I could just split it down the middle and just go on a bike ride, or just do acid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you need the bike ride with the acid part. If you just want to do acid, just do acid.
I feel like I got
Just get a trainer in your house.
No, that'd be awful.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst. I think I got really stoned one day and went for a bike ride, and that was so pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
But also it was one of those, oh God, slow down, but I was only going 11 miles per hour. I was like, also, have you noticed going around the Arizona, and I think probably nationwide, have you noticed the enforcement for speeding? There's a zero tolerance policy right now.
I think that's just Arizona, isn't it?
Is it just Arizona?
I think so.
It's weird. Why wouldn't everybody just band together and say,
Screw you guys.
"Hey, stop speeding"? Or you know what I mean? Why not all the states work together and say, "Hey, if we want to stop this speeding thing."
Yeah. Why are they doing this?
I don't know.
Just for
Of all the
because the state's broke.
maybe is the state broke?
It's not great. So, is this until the end of the year?
I hope not.
Because I don't know if I heard this from you, from someone else, or both.
Well, it's zero tolerance, meaning 1 mile per hour over the speed limit, and you're effed.
They probably need more money to pay these ass clowns to put the pithy messages up on the overpass.
You know what they do.
Ugh, those make me so mad every time I see them.
Okay, Joey.
I just want a sack of rocks. I can just throw out my Jeep.
What if you go? Because you've brought this up before, and I thought of a conundrum.
I hate you, ADOT.
Okay, so let's say it's what is it? Drive hammered, get nailed.
That one's fine.
That's generic enough. It's the creative ones that we don't like.
They're not. Yeah, they're just.
It's like football puns, but U2 it was like have a beautiful day, drive safe. U2 pun. It was a poorly written thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna find some of them.
Okay.
Vote for your favorite freeway signs of 2016.
Ugh.
Oh God.
Read them
Man,
off.
You just took me into a dark place.
Let's hear them.
If the stupid website would load.
Netscape Navigator's a little slow, and
maybe this is why they need more money. Just because their stupid website doesn't work.
ADOT.
Oh.
What? Let's hear it.
Your turn to write clever highway safety messages. No,
thank you.
Just tell me where the crash is.
Yeah. Tell me how many minutes it takes to get downtown, or to the next junction. That's all
right.
I need to
think
hear.
our internet's down, so sorry.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, Joey. Here's the conundrum. You finally go to the ADOT offices, and you have a meeting with the person who writes the signs.
Oh.
Okay, let's say you do this. You walk in the office, and you walk in, and it's somebody you recognize, and they say, well, hey, Joey, thanks for meeting with me. I'm Larry David. I write all the signs. What would you do at that point if you found out Larry David wrote the ADOT signs?
I'd say stick to curb.
Like, it'd be like if, it's like that jingle that, 22. It's like a law firm that has no melody or is completely uninteresting.
Yeah.
That would be like if you told me, like, David Byrne from the Talking Heads, or
like humans do.
yeah, or Rich Berra wrote that song. I'd be like, no, that sucks. You know what I mean? Like, that would I get that. Like, that would inhibit my feelings in some way.
Yeah. So basically, what we're trying to say is ADOT, stop being stupid. Okay.
I just see it now. Local area podcast takes on Arizona Department of Transportation and loses.
We're on the cover of Phoenix New Times.
The men who
arms crossed.
The bad boys that took down ADOT. JB and G-Dog.
Here are a couple of these genius lines. Single in HOV, get a real date, not a court date.
Boo. You know what? Okay, read it again.
Single in HOV, get a real date, not a court date.
Clever. Not great.
That's the temperature, not the speed limit.
Boo. Awesome. Actually, no, that's not bad.
I hate you.
I'm kind of slowly getting on board with it.
So, yeah.
Wait, do we have a third just to round out the...
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Let me...
Make it a winner. Make it one that really solidifies your point.
Well, these are just ones that I found. Now, new year, new you. Use your blinker. Hilarious.
I love that. I enjoy that. So far,
don't turn your car into a Death Star. Drive Focus. Oh, yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah.
So when Star Wars comes out again this year, nothing gets me more fired up than these stupid signs. Hello from the other side.
Oh,
buckle up and stay alive.
When Adele was here.
Yeah.
That's what that was. You two had one that was like...
Here's one I do like. Road construction. Dial 911.
Right.
Or dial 511.
I was going to say 911.
It's a little excessive.
For details on construction?
Drive sober. Live long and prosper. That's when Leonard Nimoy died.
I thought it was when Star Trek. Didn't they release a new Star Trek? Why would they do... Oh, I guess... Would they do it on a celebrity death day? How big of a celebrity do you have to be worldwide in order to get a shout-out via ADOT? Like, that's what I want to know.
That's true. That's a good point.
Like...
Because we lost Della Reese the other day.
And
I'm looking for a Touched by an Angel reference.
Who else? So a lot of people just died this week.
David Cassidy?
Yeah.
Who else? Charles Manson.
Keep it 100. Charles Manson. That's all it said. Just something real weird.
Designated drivers make the best New Year's dates. Yeah. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I'm on my way to a bar on New Year's Eve. I see this sign, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to drink tonight. I'm not going to get hammered. I plan on getting hammered and driving down the 101. I'm not going to do it now.
And then
Thanks,
you're sideswiped and killed by a drunk driver because you were reading.
Because someone was reading that Charles Manson sign.
Yeah, 100. No, dude, I think. Yeah, but also that's like good. That's good New Year's advice because you don't want to have one too many drinks and then get home and things don't.
Oh, I'm glad the government could let me know that I don't need to drink excessively and drive down the road. Spring breakers, slow your roll. Arrive alive.
That's the worst. Dickheads. That wasn't punny. That wasn't.
Designated drivers are Super Bowl party MVPs. That is actually a true statement.
But if you're already on the road reading that sign, are you gonna? If you're drunk driving the car and your buddy's sober sitting next to you, are you gonna be like, "Hey, we should pull over and switch"? That sign. Hey, listen.
And what happens is we get off on the side of the road, and as we're switching, I get hit by a car.
You're getting killed by a semi. Just dips into our lane. Yeah, I don't really know. As far as designated driver, I guess it's good because if you're on your way out, maybe you won't
Okay,
drive drunk
it's
home.
obviously good information, but it's common sense. I don't need ADOT to tell me not to drink and drive.
Right. But people are dumb. Obviously. The people who wrote those signs, but people are stupid. So I mean,
Mashed potatoes, not your head. Buckle up.
yeah.
I'm done.
I realize now that those aren't funny. Those are just a sad cry for help from somebody who's just like illiterate.
Okay, so I feel good.
Do you?
Yeah, there was a lot of stress going through my brain today, so that really helped.
Just worried about those signs.
No, just other things, but that helped me blow off a little steam.
I got a gig tonight.
You do.
I got a gig on Friday too.
Yeah.
Or,
Well,
I'm
what's
such
funny
a-
is
I have a gig on. I have.
what's funny is you started this podcast, and I don't remember what you did, but you time-stamped it with Friday, and I was like, all right.
Yeah. No, like, but it's. I'm looking at Friday as like an endpoint, but yeah, you're right. I do have a. I'm playing tonight at Copper Blues in Phoenix from 5 to 9. It's happy hour.
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty fun. So if you got nothing to do
Tonight? I thought you were doing the Pert.
Well, tonight,
I'm not going to edit this, so
Okay.
just do it. Do whatever you need to
reality,
Yeah.
it's Wednesday.
do. Yes.
I have a gig tonight at the
Yeah.
Perch.
The show is off Thursday and Friday, so we're not
The
here.
show
on
is
Friday.
basically off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah. The show's going to be off for like the next month, I think. Nobody's here.
It's amazing. This was like the first time it was like 10 o'clock. Or like this week, it was funny that it was like 10 o'clock and you'd walk in there and nobody would be in the studio. You're
Yeah.
just like, oh, all right. Well, so I've got a gig tonight with Rich at the Perch in Chandler. Then I've got a gig on Friday night or the 22nd or 20.
We're
whatever.
not releasing this until Friday, though.
Right. So yeah. I was just full disclosure for the audience.
If you have a time machine.
Hey, listen. Yeah. Hey, listen. Somebody might. That'd be dope. It'd be like I'm just playing. I'm just like
Hey, man. Menards, Black Friday.
Oh.
Time machines.
What? How much?
How
Now,
much
if this were cut like a Menards ad, you'd be like $9.99.
$9.99.
It'd be like leap forward $4.99. Time machine $2.99. Yeah, your headphones are a lot louder than mine. I guess.
Yeah, very much so.
Shop at Menards. Get your time machine. Time machines are real.
Yeah. So, Grant,
Uh huh.
what are your plans for this great holiday weekend?
Well, probably. I don't even know. I mean, it's per earlier we established that I have a gig on tonight and Friday night.
So, okay.
So
So tonight, which is Friday,
tonight, which is Friday,
you are playing Copper Blues.
yes, and I will be in bed immediately after that.
Okay.
Like unless something crazy happens, I don't like to do much. So
Yeah.
I want to I don't know when my parents are going to be around.
Sure.
What we're even going to do for dinner. I'm assuming I have to see them on Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we're talking about this beforehand, but the weekend, I don't know when they're going back to where they live and
Yeah.
all that fun stuff. So, and I got to spend time with my cat. We got to celebrate Thanksgiving. My roommate.
Yes.
What about you?
I will be working a bridal shop this weekend with the photo booth.
Selling cocaine.
Yes, selling cocaine.
Selling
and,
cocaine out of the photo booth.
and photo booth packages.
That'd be so funny if you
Hey
got.
man, you think I'm just taking photos with this thing?
It'd be amazing if like literally
It's my
you're
money laundering business.
you're like shooting, you're having a great time, real fun bridal expo. Then all of a sudden Gilbert PD, special detective with the drug unit.
We heard what you said about the ADOT
Yeah,
signs.
we heard about we heard about the ADOT signs and we kept listening and heard about the cocaine. So come with us, sir.
Yeah, so I mean that's about it. Speaking, Grant, have you gotten to see Santa Claus at all this year? Are you excited about seeing Santa Claus?
Yeah, man.
Because you will be able to meet Santa Claus yourself
What?
using our photo booth.
How is this possible?
So December 3rd and 4th, we are going to be doing pictures with Santa
Oh wow, where?
in downtown Gilbert at the Art House.
Oh, I'm going to be at the Tony Robbins seminar. So,
Oh.
hey, listen.
Damn it.
Hey, listen. I would love to be there, but
Will he have Santa Claus?
I'm assuming that's the reason. I mean, they got me with Santa Claus.
What if he is Santa Claus?
Oh my god.
I mean, if anybody could be, it's Tony Robbins.
So you're doing photos on the 3rd and 4th downtown Gilbert,
Yeah. So
downtown G-Town.
okay. So basically, going to the mall and doing the whole Santa thing's kind of a pain in the ass.
No,
So-
let's face it. It sucks, Joey. When I take my kids down there, I know I got to wait in a long line.
take
and then I
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then I got to deal with the trolls, the elves.
Yeah, they're called elves.
Yeah, but they're basically trolls.
Yeah.
Let's face it. And then they they take the kid. It's creepy. It's not a friendly face. It's weird.
Yeah.
So you have a non-creepy version?
Yes, we're going to have our photo booth set up, and so basically what's going to happen, it's going to be at the Art House, and it's going to be decorated like a Christmas wonderland.
Non-denominational Christmas wonderland.
We're going to have treats. We're going to have Santa.
Time out.
We're going to have Christmas movies playing. I'm going to be an elf.
That seems counterintuitive. You said you're going to show a movie.
Well, it's going to be playing around.
Oh.
There are TVs in this place called the Art House. You've been there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Didn't I take you in
Well, I
there?
got that projector too. If you want to,
Yeah, that could be cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Project on the ceiling.
So you can buy tickets to this. Just go to my Instagram at Joey Bradfish, and the link is in my bio. Now, the best part about this, it's gonna be $35 to get your picture. You get like 4 prints. You get three digital photos, which they usually don't do if you go to the mall. You get like a cool animated GIF, and the best part, 50% of the proceeds we make are going to the Love Up Foundation. I'm serious.
No, it's tight.
Yeah.
It would have been way funnier if you would have been like, and 2% of the profits from this event are going to the Love Up Foundation.
50%.
That's cool. 50%.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty good Christmassy deal. And of all the places in Gilbert that feel Christmassy, like that place, I mean, that exudes
Yeah.
the Christmas spirit. Gilbert just is kind of, if it snowed in Gilbert, it would be Christmas town. Perfect.
Oh, it'd be perfect.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's been getting chilly. Have I talked about, I know you said you're doing a positive for Gilbert. And on the constructive criticism front with ADOT,
Uh-huh.
I might also like to have some constructive criticism for the city of Gilbert.
Okay.
The repurposed water situation for watering crops and lawns and such is really, really awful. Like,
Yeah, you've explained this.
yes, but the colder I was like, oh, surely if it gets cold, they won't water. They've continued to water. And then you're like, well, stuff doesn't smell when it's cold. It still smells when it smells like.
It's still that way?
Yeah. And I love my place. I love sleeping with my windows open because it's now starting to get cool.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, I wake up and it smells like poop.
Ugh.
Like actual, like I was concerned when I woke up the one night because I was like, it was so all in my business, like on my face. I was like, oh man, did something happen while I was asleep that I was completely unaware of? No, but my windows were open and it smelled like poop and death just mixed up.
Really?
And that's the only complaint I have about Gilbert.
They have to get that fixed.
They do, but I think it's funny as I talked to my sister, who I'm staying at her house for vacation to get out of, it's going to be 115 in Australia. And I was saying, oh, God, they'd use this repurposed water. And she's like, oh, that's what we use, too. And they're like, oh, yeah, and we're in, like, peak growing season, so we're going to be watering all the time.
Oh.
So it's just, I mean.
You might as well have. This is a good way for you to get used to it. Gilbert knew you were going
Yeah,
to
I guess.
Australia. I
Yeah.
mean, they're just like Santa Claus. They know everything.
I disagree. So when is it? 3rd and 4th? You're
Yeah, December 3rd and 4th. I think we're doing 11 to 4 on which the 3rd is a Sunday and the 4th is a Monday, 4 to 7 p.m. Yeah, but you can buy tickets. They're cheaper if you buy through the link I have on my Instagram or at Modern West Photo. And yeah.
You know, I gotta say, shout out to a couple BTS listeners.
Okay.
And now that I realize I'm giving this shout out, I'm gonna say this. I will say that I want to say the people's names, but I don't want to get them in any trouble.
Okay.
Because I've been running into BTS listeners at the dispensary like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
At Park on University.
Okay.
Right down the street. And I got a pair of glasses. Like I met this very, very nice woman, and she was so excited. And she was like, I don't have my phone, and my battery was about to die. And she said, well, let's go outside and take a picture. So we took a picture, and then
she posted?
Yeah, she posted it, and but she didn't say where it was.
Okay.
Yeah, because some people are kind of particular about that, and I was gonna repost it and be like, I love weed, but then I was like, well, what if?
I'm so famous.
Oh my god! But then, like 2 days later, I'm sitting at the same. 2 days later, I'm sitting at the same dispensary. They have this pudding I really enjoy, and someone comes out and says her name was. I'm not gonna say her name. Anyway, she had a very specific message for John Jay.
Okay.
And she goes, first of all, she walks through the glass and she says, are you John Jay and Rich? And I was like, well, that's complicated. No, I'm Grant. And she's like, that's it. Grant, you know, and she was like, put it together. And she's like, your Summer's Eve story was very funny. I laughed about it. And she's probably maybe 40s-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, she requested, she goes, can you tell John Jay one thing for me? Sure. Anything you want. Tell him that my name, let's say your name was Annie. Tell John Jay that Annie thinks it's fine when you chew your gum and you're on Instagram.
Annie?
Well, that's not her real name.
Okay.
Yeah, but she said, hey, just let John Jay know it's okay. People are too hard on him chewing gum. And I'm like, I literally had the thought, I do not care about this at all. As I'm... But what's funny is we went and shot with Fall Out Boy on a Friday night or Saturday night or one of those nights. And I told John Jay we were in the car and it was quiet for a second. I said, oh, hey, Annie wanted me to tell you that it's not a big deal if you chew your gum when you're on Instagram. And he's like, well, people hate it when I do that. Thanks. I was like, well, good. I've helped curb and change the life of one John J. Van Ness. Thanks to my dispensary. So
according to Annie.
Yes.
Thanks to Annie.
Yeah, Annie. Great.
Well, it's nice, Annie. It's nice public service.
So, yeah. So, I mean, what I was basically saying is thank you for, free sunglasses. That was pretty great.
So she gave you the sunglasses?
No, the other.
Okay.
Before. So
you're a rock star over there.
That dispensary, man. And then I saw a salesperson in the lobby as on my way out, and I had an embarrassingly big bag walking out of the dispensary, and I was like, "Woo!" And then I see this guy, and I give him a big hug because I'm like, "Oh my god, we have so much in common." And then it was weird, so I left. So yeah, pot is cool.
Pot's great.
Moral of the story.
Just try that sometime.
Yeah, it's a good time. So Joey, 910-JJR BTS1. What else do we have?
I actually have to clean a turkey.
I got to clean a doggone turkey.
I have to get out of here to clean a turkey.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get prep for my time machine show.
Yes. You should do that.
So,
because
man, how great would that be if...
Because there are a lot of people that are going to go to Menards, and they're going to get those time machines, and they're going to come back and see you. So
hey, with those doorbuster savings like Menards offers,
yeah,
I mean it's easy to understand why their motto is you save big money when you shop Menards.
Yeah,
I mean, thank you. I'll tell you this Thanksgiving, I am thankful for not only you, Joey, and the podcast and everyone who listens, but also I mean, let's just say it. I'm thankful for the big deals at Menards this weekend.
Clearly.
I'm glad my dad survived surgery, but those deals at Menards, that's what I'm really thankful for. So,
yeah, that's all I got.
yeah. I think that's all I have too, Joey. At Joey Bradfish over there on all the Twitters, all the Instagrams, and all the Snapchats. And I am at Pomo and Kitch. Look for CD this weekend. I'm hoping that if I get the release right, you might actually see it on New Release Friday on Spotify, which would be sick.
That would be cool.
Because it would pop up and populate full album. So we'll see. But 910-JJR-BTS1. Any last Thanksgiving-ish remarks, Joey?
Don't mash your head.
Hello.
Mash your potatoes.
Hello, it's me. Traffic safety.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. We're back.
Oh, I thought we were just done.
No, we're back, and we're done.
.com.